2, 3, 4. Mike and John got it going on. Mike and John got it going on.
I guess we got to do a show now and stop talking about Alias and Burn Notice reruns.
Don't know what you're talking about.
The pre-show warm-up was going on.
Maybe we should make that exclusive content, the pre-show chat.
That nobody would care about.
Well, yeah.
It's Mike and John Got It Going On, brought to you by Jordan Genso, official Giggle Realtor. Community servant, community realtor, Jordan Genso. And we have good news regarding Jordan. It continues.
Jordan continues.
Yes. Well, and the Main Street May has moved into June.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's still...
It's Main
like,
Street June.
Sure.
That's all. Just we're moving into the next month.
Yeah, we're jamming.
Yeah. So Jordan is continuing his focus on Main Street businesses in downtown Brighton. And this week,
yes,
got a little synergy going here on the show.
Well, that's something new.
Yeah.
All right.
The business that we're focusing on this week happens to just be Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
Hey, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
Right.
In downtown Brighton.
So all the trivia winners this week are going to...
I got to go back and trace yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Making my job tough.
I'm sorry. All the trivia winners this week are going to a drawing, and on Friday we'll draw out a name. That person will go to Cooper and Binkley Jewelers and pick up at least $100 in gift cards to various downtown Brighton businesses.
Not under $100 in gift cards. Be at least $100.
Not under 100.
Not under.
No, at least 100. No. It's 100 and up is what we're talking.
100
Not
plus.
Under $100.
No.
But $100.
We wouldn't chintz it like that.
At least. No, we wouldn't do that. Well, Jordan wouldn't do that.
No, he wouldn't.
So, yeah.
All right. So other things coming up today, we'll see who won the tickets to the Dio.
Right.
Lost in Yonkers. That's a show and dinner at the Dio Theater. Plus all those people that got last night's trivia right will go in the drawing for that over $100 in gift cards.
That's at least $100.
From Jordan Genso. We'll talk to JD and get our throwback trivia.
Yeah.
Probably have to apologize for ditching him at the Eternity. Well, he came late.
He came late. We're old. We wanted to go home.
That's right. It's past our bedtime. Tuesday History coming up, and John has the latest local news, which, by the way, is brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
What?
That's where that synergy came from.
Exactly. Good job. All right, here's what's going on. The Green Oak Township Police Department's requesting the public's assistance in identifying a theft suspect. Police say on Tuesday, May 16th, at about 10:30 p.m., an unknown white male entered the Mug and Bop's gas station on East M36 and prepaid $20 for fuel. After exiting the store, he was able to pump $51.50 before the clerk could stop the transaction, thereby stealing $31.50 in gas upon leaving the property. Additionally, while pumping the fuel, the suspect is said to have exposed himself twice and then urinated in the parking lot. Now, according to this press release, while he was pumping the gas, I'm assuming he hit the little click thing on the handle. I don't think he was holding that holding other things. I'm just saying. So...
was he intoxicated?
I'm not sure, but
because if he was, he might have just been spilling gas and peeing in the gas tank.
He wouldn't have gotten very far. There might have been a problem. He was observed driving a dark-colored Dodge Journey. No plate information was obtained. You can see the pictures, the surveillance photo pictures on our website, and there's additional details there as well. Livingston County is redesigning its website, expected to launch June 23rd. Officials say the new website design will offer easier access to the most used pages and services, as well as a cleaner, simpler layout for visitors to navigate. LiveGov.com will continue to direct people to the county's website, but they'll be announcing a new domain name closer to the site launch.
Ooh, it's a mystery, isn't it?
Well, we're pretty sure it's going to be mikeandjohnpodcast.com.
Well, that would be a good one for them.
We're pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. So
you're probably wrong.
Well, yeah. Officials say key changes and new website features will include simplified and organized navigational tabs, a newsroom, which will include the latest press releases and announcements, and then links to the county's official social media sites. And finally, the southbound lane of Fowlerville Road in Conway Township will be closed to traffic later this week. The Livingston County Road Commission says road rehabilitation will necessitate the closure of the southbound lane of Fowlerville Road between Sherwood and Hayner Roads starting Thursday, June 8th, and lasting through Wednesday, June 14th. Only northbound traffic will be able to get through. An alternate route for southbound traffic is advised during construction. As always, the project schedule is weather dependent, and you'll find more information on our website, mikeandjohnpodcast.com. And that's what's going on.
In news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. They're our very own version of Indiana Jones as they seek out the treasures to bring back to the homeland, to their store. And they were in Vegas, in the desert, for the past week or so at the JCK event, in which you saw pictures of Simon G. They met with the man himself, brought back the latest designs from him. Also, the newest arrivals just in from Imperial. Visited with Imperial, and there's all kinds of other great jewelry pieces they've brought back from basically one of the biggest jewelry expositions in the country. So check them out on Facebook, Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, or stop by the store, see them in person. Cooper and Binkley Jewelers in downtown Brighton. In Monday Night Trivia, MNT, which was a bonus night, brought to you by OG sponsors. Firehouse Stores, serving Livingston County for over 25 years with unparalleled service and products. Need a garage door? Need your opener checked out? Want to make sure that it's ready for summer? Firehouse Stores, the ones to call.
That's right. They've got the RSODs. Oh, they've got them,
The
fella.
rolling overhead
Well, no, it's the rolling steel overhead doors. You can get our odds anywhere.
but not our
But if
size.
you want the RSODs, that steel overhead door,
Yes.
Firehouse Doors, that's the place.
All right, so the first one that got the correct answer in last night's trivia will win a pair of tickets plus dinner. The Dio Theater.
Yeah.
Lost in Yonkers.
Opens this Friday.
And tickets are selling like crazy, by the way, so somebody's getting a great deal here. According to a recent survey, 73% of guys say they had one of these in the late 80s. What is it? What's the first thing that came to mind? First thing that came to mind.
I mean, to me, it was a pager.
Late 80s, pager?
Yeah. I remember when I got my pager.
Oh, you were something.
I was pretty cool.
Yeah, sure.
Well, no, I wasn't actually, but I thought I was.
Oh, that's a, hey, call my pager. Maybe I'm sitting here on a date.
Make sure it was like hanging out. You could definitely see the pager.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wasn't going to just keep it in my pocket. No, you want to show it off.
Did you have a CPL, a concealed pager license? But no, he was showing.
I did kind of sling it like I was a gunslinger.
Kind of put it in the front.
Yeah.
Open up the jacket
I'm either I'm a drug dealer or somebody important. I'm neither.
Our good friend Madonna, who recently retired from driving a bus for Howell Public Schools, said a rock band T-shirt.
Right.
Rock band T-shirt. Probably doesn't fit anymore.
No.
That's a great guess. A rat tail haircut. the rat
Yeah,
tail.
was
Those
that-
are kind of early. Well, I guess
I thought it was
they
like-
got into the late 80s, early 90s.
Did it? I thought that was more of a 90s thing, but
Well, there was some, I remember in college, like early
Okay.
mid-80s.
All right.
You know, the new waivers, you know.
the rat tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Members only jacket.
I never had a members-only jacket.
That's kind of a more of an early mid 80s, I
Yeah.
thought.
And Jeff, JD, said an Izod shirt.
Right.
Those, again, I think that was like when guys would layer them up, like they'd have three Izod shirts with the collars turned up. That was kind of an early 80s thing. Christine had a great guess, and this is what I thought of. A fanny pack.
Well, yeah. Nothing says cool.
Sure.
Like
a fanny pack.
Wow.
Especially the guys at the gym with the Zuba pants or whatever those were. Fanny pack.
Donna said a
Okay.
boombox.
Yeah.
You remember the boombox wars?
Nothing beat a good boom.
You know, you'd have an escalation of size in the boombox. You know, you'd come through with it, and then your buddy or whatever be like, "Oh yeah, well I'm going to get the
Check
bigger
mine
one."
out. I can take the
Yeah.
speakers off and move it
Exactly.
over.
Oh yeah, well I got dual cassettes.
Yeah.
Dual
I can
cassettes.
sub.
Oh man.
Wendy said a tracksuit.
Sure.
Yeah. Those were Those were a thing in the 70s, too, tracksuits.
Well, yeah.
But then the rappers started wearing them later.
Then you're in the mob.
Bart said a handlebar mustache. I don't know if that was really that big.
I think handlebar. I think of Raleigh fingers.
Yeah, that was.
So.
The 1800s, too.
Sure. Yeah, we were talking the 1980s.
Not the 1890s. Karen said a Rubik's Cube, Atari 2600 game system.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, you know the gamers, the game system.
Oh, sure.
Was that the late 80s? The
That was
Atari
more
2600?
2600 would have been more early, mid 80s.
An old dusty.
Late 80s, you start getting into the Nintendo.
Sure.
With Super Mario Brothers.
MC Hammer Pants, said Terry. Short Shorts, said Evan.
Bomber jacket.
In the late 80s, were short shorts still in? I think they might have been, I guess.
Bomber jacket, Christine. I guess, especially around Top Gun. It kind of became a cool thing.
Yeah, but that was mid-80s. Lava lamps. Lava lamps are good at any time, I guess.
Oh, sure they are.
They've gone through there.
Sure they are. Nothing says, I'm cool, like having a lava lamp.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies.
A jean jacket.
Yeah. Velour shirt, said Linda.
Velour. Crushed velvet. Is that velour? I can brush it. Let's see what else. A water bed, said Mary.
A dune buggy, said Terry.
73% of guys had dune buggies. I don't think
Maybe
so.
where Terry grew up. I don't know.
Karen said long hair because it was late 80s. You think of all the hair bands and everything.
Right.
People did have long hair, and that was pretty close. Debbie said a turntable.
Right. Karen had Rubik's Cube, Game Boy, lots of Jordache jeans, and mentioned those. So lots of 80s items.
We're going to have a lot of people in this drawing for that 100-plus packet of gift cards from Jordan Genso.
There were a number of people that got the correct answer, because the correct answer is not something that you could go to a store and purchase. Well, I mean, in a certain sense, I guess you could.
You had to purchase to get it.
It had to be created.
Oh, yeah. So it was the late 80s.
Sculpted, if you
into
will.
the early 90s. 73% of guys had a mullet. And our winner of the tickets.
The first to correctly answer it was Karen Pierce Clark.
Congratulations, Karen.
So she wins the tickets to go see Lost in Yonkers at the Dio.
And I'll mark down everybody that got mullet right, and we'll put you in the drawing on Friday. The Pop-O-Matic is automatically out this week, unless we do an elimination round.
Well, we'll have to
determine that by Friday.
You know how we do things around here.
Everything's
We'll
organized.
figure that out at the last second. Hey,
we'll get her done.
Remember we were supposed to figure that out? Oh, yeah.
What was I supposed to figure out again? That's usually how it goes. So congratulations to Karen
Pierce Clark.
And everybody else that got it right. We will put your name in the drawing for this Friday with Jordan Genso.
Yeah.
And the Main Street May continuing into June giveaways. Since when does summer officially start? Is that
21st?
The 21st of this month. So we're about 3 weeks away here. Well, the official drink of the summer of 23 has been determined, according to no one in particular, but all the news sites are picking up on this particular story.
Okay.
That the pickle juice martini is the drink of the summer.
That's the drink, huh?
It probably should have been the Mike and John Ale, or perhaps the Mike and John coffee.
Yeah, well, and we'll be talking more about Mike and John roast coming up in just a bit.
Yes.
But
so the pickle juice martini is pickle juice and vodka or gin. You shake it with ice if you'd like. If you want to go Bond style, shaken not stirred. Pickle juice and vodka. What is wrong with people?
I mean, pickle juice is...
You add a little spice on the rim. That's what they say. Then drop in your favorite pickle on the top. With your pickle juice.
You do mix in pickle juice. They're
pickle
not just
juice
saying the pickle
and vodka.
itself. Okay.
No, the pickle is the topper.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to say.
Probably has a little spear through it.
Sure.
Sword. Little plastic sword.
Well, you get those Bloody Marys now that have pickles and bacon
got half a
and
salad in
and chicken leg and So
Yes, I have
but
friends that love those.
But back to the pickle martini.
Yes, the pickle martini is the official drink of 2023.
Here's my suggestion. Just take the pickle off the top, throw the rest away, and eat the pickle. That's just my
It's a
suggestion.
pickled pickle.
Yeah.
Is what it would
Yeah,
be.
but that's just me.
Just so you know, we wanted to let you know that we're up on the latest news.
Oh, God, yeah, we are.
JD
Yeah. How could we not be?
joining us for JD's Throwback Trivia.
Well, it's tossback trivia.
Tossback trivia. Yeah, throwback.
I mean,
tossback.
it
Toss it over our shoulder, just like that pickle martini.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Mike and John.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
Oh,
Did we wake you up?
oh.
Hey, we wish you would have got there earlier
Yeah.
last Thursday.
We
for-
appreciate you coming out for Mike and John night, but
Unfortunately, it was kind of when things were wrapping up for us.
I mean, it was
We had to be tucked in.
it was late. It was after 8:00.
I know you guys think you were going to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah. Well, you know,
No.
things have changed since we were younger. When we used to get to the bar at 8, maybe.
8 o'clock, those are for the early
I
people.
know. But now, it's 8:15. I
We
gotta
gotta
go. But anyway, appreciate you coming out after your golf league.
No problem. Yeah, I stayed and had a couple of Mike and John brews.
Yeah. What'd you
So,
think of the Mike and John ale?
I liked it. It was good.
I thought it was pretty good. It had a good flavor.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What's our topic today?
Well, in keeping with that theme of last week in the now famous Mike and John brew, we're going to talk about beer slogans and mascots.
Slogans
All
and
right.
mascots.
I think we have a little Spuds McKenzie coming. Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind of a
I'm just
long
guessing.
question,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Well, we'll see.
That would be too easy.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Brewster Rooster was the longtime mascot for which beer company? He'd be dressed in a t-shirt with the brewery's logo, and they were a longtime sponsor of the Detroit Tigers on radio.
Wow.
Brewster the Rooster.
Rooster the Rooster? I'm going low and
Was
growl.
Tonight
Was
is
it?
something special. All right.
Was it Altus, Goebel, Pfeiffer, or Black Label?
Wow.
Mabel. Wow.
Mabel, another Black Label.
Yeah.
A Carly's Black Label.
All right, so you had Goebel,
Altes.
Altus.
Altus, Goebel, Pfeiffer, or Black Label?
What decade was this?
Yeah.
A sponsor of the Tigers.
Yeah.
It was prior to me starting to listen to Tigers games.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You're a youngin'.
Yeah.
But still, I'll go first. I'll say Altes.
You going Altus?
Yeah, I'm going to go Altes.
I don't remember the logo or the.
I have no idea. It's a total guess. I have no idea, but
I'll go Goebel. Jobel.
Brewster the Goebel Rooster.
Ah.
How about that? Jobel. It's French.
Altus didn't start doing the Tigers until the 70s.
Oh, okay.
I always, and whatever reason, I always remember that. Altus, great beer, delicious beer, the way beer should be tasted.
Well, sure.
It's everything a great beer should be.
Wow.
That's Altus beer.
Until you
Memory.
actually had an Altes and you went, what is this?
Altus was the cheap beer up at college,
This
man.
is soap water.
Hey, we can get a 30-pack of Altus for $3.99. It's got to be good.
Yes, not my Altus was not the top choice. but
Right.
No.
I might have consumed a few Goebels before my age of 21.
What? All right.
Goebels had that
There'll be
funky
some
can.
reports to the authorities.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on. So speaking of quality beer, Hamm's had the bear.
Yeah.
What was the name of the Hamm's beer mascot? Was it simply Beer Bear? Was it Sasha, Sophia, or was it actually a dude bear, Sven?
A dude bear.
A dude bear.
Hey, it's a dude bear, dude.
What's the name of the Hamm's bear?
Well, you're leading.
I'm leading?
Yeah.
I'll go Sasha.
I was going to say Sasha.
Sasha.
All right. I'm going to
Probably
say,
close.
I'm going to say it's the, well, you said Sven too.
Sven.
Sven was the dude bear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Sasha. What was the other one?
Was hams
Sophia.
from Sweden?
Sophia. Yeah, I'm going to go Sophia.
Oh, you're going Sophia.
Yeah. How you doing?
Oh, you should have stuck with Mike on this one.
Seriously, Sasha?
All right.
Sasha, named after the wife of the first founder of the brewery that started hams.
Okay.
That's a tribute. We're going to name a bear after you. A beer mascot bear.
You remind me of a bear.
Was Sasha a big woman? She was big and hairy.
Like to sleep all winter.
At least she wasn't.
Hibernate.
She wasn't a cow or an elephant.
That's true.
The bear was their mascot from 1952 until about 2000. It was dropped because the cartoon character was too appealing to children. It was too likable.
Well, that's a problem.
And we can't have kids like it here.
Yeah, that was kind of like the Joe Camel thing. Where you're like, I don't know that that's a good idea.
That's cool.
So we know that Budweiser is the king of beers.
Yes.
And Miller is the champagne of beers.
Yes.
Right.
Except in France.
Except in
we
France.
learned. All right. But this beer had a series of slogans, one of which claimed it was the greatest name in beer. And when it's right, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Meisterbrau, Schlitz, Pabst Blue Ribbon, or Old Milwaukee?
You're
Which
leading.
beer, the greatest name in beer?
I got to go Old Milwaukee. Okay. Old Swill.
The shoes that stole Milwaukee. I'm going to say Schlitz. I got to go Schlitz.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And Schlitz was the first beer to use brown bottles.
Oh.
Wow, how about that? We learned
Schlitz
something.
Schlitz was also the beer that made Milwaukee famous. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Yeah.
Remember
Kiss
that
the
one.
hops. Move up to Schlitz. I don't know what
What were you drinking before that? Goldblum and Altus?
Move up to Schlitz. Are they marketing to bums?
Oh, here's a classy bum.
And Schlitz, I remember Schlitz rocks America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
sure.
Schlitz had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this may not be a mascot thing, but I thought it fit. During Prohibition, a lot of beer companies had to do something to stay in business. So we're familiar with Stroh's locally. They went into ice cream. Schlitz actually made milk chocolate.
Ooh.
Which company made cured hams during Prohibition? Was that actually Hams, Falstaff, Heilman, or Mike's favorite, Olympia?
I mean, hams would be the obvious
Yeah,
choice, but it seems a little too on the nose. But you're still leading.
And all right, so we had Hams, Falstaff.
Yeah. Heilman and Olympia.
I'm going to go Falstaff. Nothing beats a good slice of a Falstaff ham and cheese.
Okay. I'm going to go Heilman. The Heilman
See, I was
ham.
thinking that, German ham.
Yeah, Heilman ham.
Yes.
That's a German ham.
Yes.
Sasha loves that stuff.
Actually, it is Falstaff.
Oh,
Named after the Shakespearean character Sir John Falstaff. Falstaff was so big they actually used to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange. My, how the mighty have fallen.
well,
Must not have been that great a ham. Maybe the ham was better than the beer.
Yeah,
wasn't like Falstaff just another version of Altus or something. Crappy
right.
like that.
That's your low rent beer.
Yeah.
I think they eventually were owned by Schlitz.
Falstaff bought out by Schlitz.
Part of the Schlitz family of beers and hams.
Yeah, by the end of the 80s, that's when Pabst started taking on everything. Stroh's, Heilman, Falstaff. They had just about everything that was on the
on the shelf.
More cost-effective beers.
Cost-effective, I see. Not budget brew. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we learned a little something about brew today.
Oh, we sure did.
Yeah, that Jeff doesn't like any good beers.
Well, except the Mike and John ale.
Well, yeah, that was.
You did like that.
Probably growler that out.
I've changed. My palate has changed from drinking for taste, and I like nice beer now instead of effect.
Right. Once you mature, when you mature, you're no longer looking for
Why do you got? Why do you try and sound so sophisticated?
I'm just saying. Once you're
mature,
you're out of but no, I get what Jeff's saying. You're like, I want a good taste in beer now. I'm not going to just get how many can I get for $2?
That's right.
What is the highest alcohol content?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what it tastes like.
I want the biggest bang for the buck. I'll take this.
I don't
45.
The dollar cans out at Trader Joe's. I don't usually grab that out of the bargain bin.
Right.
True.
Wow.
We're also
The
sophisticated now.
Yeah, the Mike and John brew though, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
We thought it was very good. All right. Well, we've learned quite a lot.
Yes, we have.
All right,
JD will do it again next week. Thanks for checking in today, buddy.
you got it.
Appreciate it. All right.
Talk to you.
All right.
JD's Tossback Trivia with Jeff, cousin Jeff.
Absolutely. And of course, brought to you by Jordan Genso. The whole entire show is brought to you by Jordan Genso.
Not just Jeff.
Yeah, not
JD's
just Jeff.
Tossback.
Yeah, no. But Jordan, of course, the show sponsor here. Jordan from Remax Platinum, 15 years experience selling homes in Livingston County, helping you find a good home as well, of course. You can give them a call at 248-444-9777.
Tip of the day from Jordan. If you're trying to sell your home, trim those shrubs.
Yeah, trim the shrubs.
You don't want shabby shrubs.
You walk up and you see shabby shrubs.
that's not
You're
good curb appeal.
No, he'd be the first to tell you. So if you signed up with Jordan to sell your home, he'd walk and say, hey,
Trim the shrubs.
you got some shabby shrubs going on here, fella.
Can't have that.
I mean, he'd say
Cut
it
the
nicer
grass.
than that. I mean,
Yeah.
he was a professional after all. He wouldn't just walk up and say, hey, these are some shabby shrubs. I'm sure he'd have a way of...
He might say, Jordan's a little classier. He'd say, I know a great landscape guy.
Exactly.
Shape this place up.
Exactly. And if you're looking for a home, of course, Jordan has the expertise he's got that keen eye to sort of see this place is a dump. Don't buy it.
Or this place has your name written all
Exactly.
over. That kind of thing.
So, Jordan Genso of Remax Platinum, community servant, community realtor, and again, you can give him a call, 248-444-9777.
We've talked about the Mike and John Ale, and that was all a part of our efforts to help out the Alzheimer's Association for the Walk to End Alzheimer's Disease. And we've got a team started. We'd like you to join our team. The Got It Going On team for the walk, which is coming up in September in Howell.
And if you're interested, email us at mikeandjohnforthewin@gmail.com.
We told you yesterday we'd have answers to these questions on Tuesday, and this is the answer.
Yeah.
Email us if you're interested.
That's right.
And we'll give you all the details.
Right. And you too could have your entry
into the Fonzie
placed
box.
into our Fonzie lunchbox.
It's our Fonzie fundraiser lunchbox. I'm going to have to do a count of the money. Make sure that
It's all been accounted
bought
for.
yourself anything
But I'm just
on
thinking,
the
some
side.
people wrote us some checks. We probably got to cash these
Probably gotta
checks.
cash
I don't
the
think
check.
you know how that is when you write a check and somebody doesn't cash it. That's rude.
Some people get a little upset. Why hasn't he cashed the check?
But we were waiting for answers from our accountant.
I'll
on
give you
how to
answers.
account that. Okay.
Not
Well,
on the
that'll
show.
be in the post
Those
show.
answers are
That'll be
after.
post show.
Yeah.
So,
But we did tell you we'd give you answers.
oh yeah, we got answers.
Sure we do.
Sure, whatever you think.
All right. So we have more than just a coffee named after us, correct?
Or you mean a beer?
A beer.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
now we
ale.
have a coffee.
Yeah, we do, and in fact, we're going to be talking with the gentleman here.
We are?
Yes.
I had his number punched in, but then I had to call him.
I wrote it down for you.
I know you did. Just talk a little about the guest.
I'm sorry.
Introduce
Nick
the guest.
Rouech.
Yes.
We're going to be talking with him. Him and his wife are they're real entrepreneurs from the Brighton area, and they do a number of different things, but mainly they like to custom blend coffee, and they do this through a website called myblendcoffee.com.
A lot better than the gas station coffee I picked up.
Oh, God,
morning.
yeah. No, it's this, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Nick. It's Mike and John.
Hey, Mike. Hey, John. How you guys doing?
Good.
You know, we were just talking about this crappy coffee I got from the gas station, and John had told me when I walked in that you and your wife have created a Mike and John
Roast.
roast.
I was looking through your website. You didn't even mention this. We were kind of conversing back and forth through email, getting ready to talk to you today.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So, I'm on your website, and the website myblendcoffee.com, myblendcoffee.com. I'm looking through here, and I see Mike and John logo next to the radio roast.
Radio roast.
Yeah, a limited
fresh out the pot.
Yeah, limited edition. And let me read the description. Radio Roast, because every good day starts with great coffee and excellent company. Radio Roast features a medium-bodied blend with a smooth finish, perfect for both casual coffee drinkers and connoisseurs alike. The flavor profile boasts hints of cocoa, caramel, and a touch of citrus, reflecting the diverse, vibrant, and warm character of Livingston County. So, a very cool blend.
Yeah.
And so now you and your, and I'm sorry, what's your wife's name?
Amy.
Yeah.
Amy.
So you and your wife Amy, you kind of got a bunch of different things going. You got the custom blend coffee, which we're going to talk about a little bit more here in a second. But you got some other things that you guys do. You're kind of doing a lot of different things.
When I looked at this, I saw laser engraving and coffee all in one spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have a lot to juggle here. So tell us a little about those things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the coffee first and foremost is kind of where our passion is. There's no question about that. So we've been doing that for about 6 years. We started that out of an idea in which we had to ensure that we could really provide a good service as well as do something that we love. So we met over coffee a long time ago, and we were either thinking about opening some sort of distillery or do coffee. And due to just all the restrictions related to doing a distillery, we did the coffee company, and it's been a really great project for us. We've had a lot of fun over the years. You know, a lot of the content that we create is our own content. A lot of the designs we do are sometimes cheesy and cheeky, but that's kind of the goal, and we try to keep it as fun as possible and as local as possible too.
Yeah, we were just talking. We just finished our segment, Tossback Trivia, with our friend JD, and we were talking about beers, and we were mentioning how from our younger days to now, we've sort of elevated our beer game. In other words, we want a little bit more of a better tasting quality beer, and I think that's the same as very much true for coffee as well. People want a quality coffee, and they're willing to pay for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the key thing with quality coffee is just ensuring that you have the I'm trying to think like a local, not a local, but like a single source coffee, and ensuring that single source coffee. So where we go through a distributor that gets us all fresh roasted beans, and those beans are shipped to us, and then from there we roast them on site and we deliver them with each order. So there is a very small batch there.
What's the average size of a raw coffee bean?
Not that big. Like they're little like peas, I would say at that point. Hard as a rock peas. And then through the roasting process, they caramelize and pluck up.
Right. And now, when you say single source, you mean that the beans that you're getting? I know a guy.
Yeah, coffee beans.
But for instance, where if it's coming from a particular growing region, it's not blended together. It's not like a blend of things where it's just again, I guess if you better than me, explain the single source idea.
Yeah. So the single source idea is just like you're starting to describe there, where we are focused on ensuring that our coffee can come from, let's say, for instance, our medium roast comes from Guatemala, or our light roast comes from Ethiopia. We go through and we get a whole flavor profile at the beginning of the year. And because regions change over change due to weather conditions, those types of things can impact how a bean goes. So roughly once a year, we go through and we get 16 varieties. We get small, 5-pound bags and roast those and just do flavor profiles to see where we think it would fit in our mix of products.
Did you ever get a bag of really bad beans and you're just
God.
there's no way we're going to...
You're like, what is
no
this?
No way. This is like when you get this bad pistachio, when you're...
Yeah.
Whoa, how'd that one get in there?
Yeah, we've definitely had those. And that's... that's part of the game, right? It's you can serve really bad coffee to everybody and hope no one notices, or you can actually, make sure your product that you're getting at the end of the day is spot on, and that's what we really strive to do. But yeah, those bad roasts are out there, those bad beans are out there, and they sometimes they taste like sand, and you're just like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
like, okay, well, it's a good thing we tested this one.
It's got a little bit of sandpaper feel to it. I think I lost a layer of my tongue.
Exactly.
So, and of course you import the beans and then you roast them yourself.
How did you learn how to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, is it just you throw them in the oven, or?
We definitely upgraded our machines through the years. So originally, when we started this, we actually started with a small pot roaster that basically you just put on the stove and basically almost like a popcorn. Like
I was going to say, is it like Jiffy Pop or something?
Yeah, like the Jiffy Pops. Yeah, so something very similar to that, and we just kind of got into it. I have a culinary background, so I went to culinary school in Grand Rapids quite a while ago, and just wanted to keep in that food area of life, outside of the normal 9 to 5 kind of grind that we have.
Yeah.
No pun intended with the grind, but
I picked that up. Don't worry.
But we started there, and then we just keep migrating into bigger and better coffee roasters. Now we have something that we can put it in, and we can dial in exactly what our profile that we want, and within 10 to 15 minutes we have 3 pounds of coffee ready to go.
Right.
So
it's pretty awesome.
By the time, that's how you know if it's going to be more of a stronger, or how does that all work when you talk about the length of roasting time?
I mean, some people like their coffee, dank and really, I don't know the right words to, but they really like it thick. They want it hearty. We'll use that. Other people like a light, flavorful blend, and so you kind of have to meet all those different palates.
Mm-hmm. Now this is what's great about that goes back to the single source is being in that region. Like for instance, there's an Ethiopia Yirgacheffe that we use for our light roast. That coffee can be used in an espresso, like that thick, muddy, burnt flavor profile that you want.
Right.
But after looking at it so many times, it's like, this doesn't make sense. Like, why ruin all those good characteristics? Like, the Yirgacheffe has like a really nice floral taste. It's not tea-ish, it's not like light like a tea, but it has a nice flavor that you're like, okay, this is something different, I can get behind this, but then again, there's people that want to burn the heck out of their coffee, and because that's what they're used to, that's what a lot of places serve. And
when it fries on the bottom of the coffee pot and it's hard and you chip away at it, you can just chew it.
I love that. I love that bun coffee pot.
Yeah. You walk into a workplace and you just smell it. And you're like, all right, who left the coffee pot on the burner?
Yep. Just that little thick sludge there. That thick sludge. Yeah. Love that church coffee. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
All right, so let's talk about the radio roast, the Mike and John roast that you came up with.
Yeah.
So how did you decide that this was the flavor profile on this one?
I kind of like the idea of taking what we do normally with a medium roast coffee, which is our Guatemalan coffee. But I added it's like an 80-20 mix, I would say. So I added some of the Ethiopia beans and ended up roasting that together over the course of the last week since we've been starting.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you did mix the different types.
I did.
And this one with Ethiopian and Guatemalan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's essentially it's just those two blended together. Again, like a 80-20. I like actually the Guatemalan is one of our, I should say, our medium roast is probably our biggest seller. And so a lot of people tend to gravitate to that. And then our Ethiopia is second. So I kind of like both of those flavor profiles. And over the last couple of weeks, just kind of dialing that in to make sure we had something that was, good to give out to people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, folks can find this on the website, myblendcoffee.com. That's myblendcoffee.com. And, you and your wife, Amy, have, all kinds of different coffees and flavor profiles and things like that. So whatever your particular coffee taste is, you will be able to find it there at myblendcoffee.com.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
Do you guys do you kind of criticize people who put extra stuff in their coffee, like sweeteners or creamers? Is that
when
not
a great
right?
chef makes a steak and then they see someone put A1 on it, they're like,
ketchup.
hey, what are you doing?
You're ruining the blend I put all this time into, man.
Nothing like going to Mitchell's and seeing someone ask for A1.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is awesome.
I brought my own.
Or they start to get
Pulls off the trench coat.
They start to get the ketchup, and you're like, get out. Get out.
They got a belt with packets on it, bottles.
Yep.
No, but really, you put all this time and effort into it, and then somebody comes in and
drowns it in cream or
we don't have a secret hate page. You probably won't find one yet. I will say, we don't have one of those.
On the black market.
Please don't look at our URL back page. But, we don't criticize, right? Even my wife, she's liking a little bit of oat milk, which I find hilarious to me. But I don't know how oat's going to have milk, but
coffee has beans, so there's beans and bean coffees.
So there's no criticism there, but the reason why we did some of the flavor roasts, like our hazy hula and those types of things, is because we wanted to have that flavor profile. So that way people aren't sitting there adding a bunch of sugar into their diet, right? Yeah. That's also a part of kind of like some of the stuff we're doing, like the Be Better Daily stuff that we've talked about via email, is like we want to make sure that at the end of the day, people are living their best life possible. And so through coffee, that's one way, right? We want to make sure that you're getting, single source beans that are freshly roasted. They're not sitting on a store shelf for literally 18 months waiting for somebody to pick it up.
Right.
This is something that's coming right off the pot, right to you guys.
Yeah.
How do you determine how much caffeine? How does that work?
So caffeine is all done via how hot the bean is. So the popular belief is that, the espresso is going to get me really wired. It has nothing to do with that. It actually, a dark roast bean like that doesn't have as much caffeine as a light roast. It's I don't know the exact milligram difference between them, but a light roast coffee has more caffeine because you're not burning off all of those characteristics. What I typically would say is a light roast is good. Obviously with an espresso, you can drink 4 of those and be wired pretty quick versus just one standard coffee. That's kind of the judgment when it comes to the caffeine.
And I'm looking here on the website myblendcoffee.com, and I see you've got subscriptions. People can even monthly monthly subscriptions or a 3-month coffee gift set. And you can mix and match those, I'm assuming, or is it you pick one coffee and that's what you get?
We mix and match, and because we're local and small, if someone really wants something at the end of the day and changes, they send us an email and we'll just update it on their account, and then we just kind of go through it. But the gift box is another great way. We have a thing called the blend box, and this was kind of originally the idea that we had for My Blend was to be able to do Michigan-based boxes, right, and to be able to get the burners out there. And so we grabbed that domain name, and then 2-3 years later, we're like, well, that doesn't really work for us. So this is where kind of the coffee came in with Michigan Blend Coffee. And so a blend box is a perfect gift for whoever that loves coffee, where you can select these 2 ounce, which is basically a whole pot of coffee. You select 4 of those, different profiles, and we package that up in a gift box type of environment, and try to throw some little goodies in there that not on the website, so to say. So that way, it's a little added benefit to the person that's receiving the gift.
Yeah.
Have you entered any stores yet? Selling on shelves anywhere?
Yeah, it goes against our values, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to be that store shelf guy where, I mean, you literally, if you look at a coffee, and I challenge everyone to do this. It's one of the funnest things. You go down Kroger, you go down Meijer, and you look at the coffee and you look for an expiration date. There is usually, it's a very small window. There's no start date. There is no born on date, so to say, like you would see with a beer. And that expiration date can be anywhere from 1 to 2 years, which is scary, right? Like you're like, 2024, I can drink this. Yeah.
Stale coffee.
Stale coffee.
Yeah,
so
no one wants that.
And it can go stale, right? I mean,
absolutely. As soon as you open it out of that nitrogen packed cap that they got it in, it's literally probably 10 to 14 days from there is when it starts to rancify.
And you're like,
rancify.
Rancify. I'm creating new words.
Yeah, that's good. No, hey, we may steal that. Now, while you're not on the store shelf, I see you guys are at the Brighton Farmers Market, also in South Lyon, New Hudson, Farmington Farmers Markets. You're also going to be at the Michigan Challenge Balloon Fest coming up.
I don't know about the Challenge Balloon Fest. The reason we have been at those places, we have been at the Brighton Market, we have been at South Lyon, for instance. We have 2 growing boys, and they are forever changing our life with baseball and karate schedules.
Children changing your life? What are you talking about?
I didn't know I had to sign up for that. So
divide and conquer.
You already threw Amy under the bus for her oat milk. I did. Be careful, Nick.
I did. She appreciates all of that.
Okay.
Before we let you go, some of the other stuff you guys are doing, and you mentioned it briefly, the Be Better Daily. That's kind of about meditation. Talk a little about that.
Yeah, we're just starting to get this kicked off the ground, and again, it goes back to just some life principles that I appreciate, which is how do we ensure that we can have a better life going forward? How do we, what are some practical tips that we can do on a daily basis that will, change or could change our life? And so it's kind of taking that same principle of having good coffee, healthy coffee, and starting your day off on the right foot. The same way with like meditation practices and blogs and books. And so we have been, working with outside people to try to bring in some meditation classes, do all of that online. And we're just getting started on that just now. I mean, it's still pretty new in the infancy.
Yeah.
But it's something that I think we're excited about trying and seeing where we can take it.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
Yeah, lots
a
of
lot of interesting stuff on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So, Nick Rouech, you and Amy, myblendcoffee.com, the website. People can go there and check out all the different varieties that they have. Of course, they're going to want the radio roast. And we might suggest maybe a slight name change. Maybe the Who Needs Radio roast.
Or podcast.
Or the pod roast. Podcast roast. But nonetheless... Either way.
I think we can do that. I think we can do that in about 5 minutes. It'll be up. We'll say that.
Look at that. Change is easy.
And on top of that, we'll do a coupon code too for podcast. Just type in podcast and 20% off on there too.
Nice. So, all right.
What's a typical turnaround from the time somebody orders one package online and into their front door?
It's usually 3 to 5 days is where we're at.
That's
so
quick,
if it's towards the end of the week, it's usually, like for instance in Brighton we can get something, within 24 hours. That's how quick it is. But we do have orders all over, so 3 to 5 is kind of our golden rule to get that from door to door.
Well, very cool.
Yeah, this has been very interesting, Nick. So glad we hooked up with you to talk about these things. And we encourage people to go check it out, myblendcoffee.com. And again, the coupon code podcast and podcast. And that gets how much was that off again?
20%.
20%. Oh, man, you can't beat that. So, all right, use podcast the code and you get 20% off there. So, all right, very cool. Nick Rouech and his wife Amy, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mike and Jen. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Good luck to you.
Have a great
day.
All right.
Thank you. You too.
Karate and baseball. There you go. I think we've all been there with the kids. It's tough stretching out the time. making the time to do things for yourself.
Well, I don't know
Meditation
what
comes-
you.
Well, you're the exception to the rule.
Well, our kids are all grown now, anyways. Most of them, at least.
Yeah.
A couple of stragglers.
Today is June 6th.
Yeah.
Our 2-cent history day, 2-cent history lesson. It's D-Day Invasion Day.
Of course.
It's also Atheist Pride Day.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think they're doing that.
I slay myself.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
What was the word for stale coffee?
Oh, it was
Rancified.
Rancified.
That was a rancified.
I rancify that joke. Okay.
Yes. It's Drive-In Movie Day today. You don't see a whole lot of drive-ins.
You
but
don't.
They've kind of had a little resurgence.
There's a
in
couple that are
popularity.
still operating that are
Having
actual
fun.
drive-ins, and then they have those pop-up ones where
Yeah.
they have the inflatable screen. Not quite the same. But
No, but still.
yeah.
National Applesauce Cake Day. No, thanks. National Gardening Exercise Day. So I guess bending over and pulling out the carrots would be considered
Sure.
exercise.
Or the weeds.
There's that too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing with gardening.
Yeah, I don't.
The weeds.
Whatever.
Unless you're growing weed.
Well,
Then you have a lot of weeds.
yeah. Do you pull the weeds out of your weed garden?
I don't know,
You know,
John. I'm not a weedologist.
Right.
It's Yo-Yo Day today. And according to the Yo-Yo website, yo-yo wherever you are today.
Oh.
Go out in your yard and yo-yo, impress your friends, family, maybe even your coworkers with your yo-yo skills. And if you do it at work, this is the odd yo-yo fact of the day. 3 U.S. presidents, Kennedy, Johnson, and Nixon, showed off their yo-yo expertise while in office.
No,
Yeah.
that's 3 in a row right there.
Yeah.
Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon.
Well, that's back when yo-yos were popular because
So-
we didn't have video games.
Well, there's that. So Ford,
no, it's Kennedy.
Eisenhower, no.
No.
Then Kennedy, Nixon, or Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon,
Yep.
and then Ford. And he was like, "Nah, I ain't yo-yoing."
Well, maybe he's a little too klutzy to yo-yo.
Well, yeah. Clanks himself in the head.
The president's been knocked out by his yo-yo. He's trying to walk the dog.
So fair.
1844.
Yeah.
The YMCA was founded in London.
What?
The song came
YMCA,
a
yes.
good century later, plus. 1850, Levi Strauss made his first pair of blue jeans. The rivets. Little red tag on the butt. First miner came on and said, maybe we should rip these up a little bit and shred them and
Well, sure.
see if they'll sell.
Yeah. And Strauss, by the way, he went to California as part of the gold rush and then realized like the real gold rush is selling stuff
Yeah.
to the people that are coming there.
You need some jeans
Yeah.
with my name on them.
This is the real gold rush.
Susan B. Anthony, in 1872, on this day, was fined for trying to vote. Shame on you, Susan.
Now she has a coin that gets mistaken for a quarter.
It's on this day in 1882, the electric iron was patented by Henry W. Seeley of New York City, soon to become a piece in monopoly. Frozen foods.
Well,
were
that's not an electric iron. That's an old-fashioned.
Yeah, that is
iron.
old-fashioned.
Yeah.
It was pre.
The electric iron, though, sort of paved the way for the
Ironing board industry.
mid 20th century sitcom trope of leaving the iron on the shirt too long, and then you hold it up and you'd see the little iron.
Wah, wah.
No, I left it on the shirt too long. Sorry.
Was that the banker from Beverly Hillbillies? 1933. 1930, frozen foods were sold commercially for the first time. Of course, you had to boil them back then because the microwave wasn't around.
No, that's not. Yeah.
The first drive-in theater opened on this day in 1933, Camden, New Jersey.
That's why it's drive-in day.
Exactly.
Drive-in movie day.
Theater day. First helicopter was tested in 1936. It was tested inside of a building in Berlin, Germany.
Wow.
Now, don't go over 3 feet off the ground.
I was going to say, take out the lights.
It was on this day in 1944 that the D-Day invasion of Europe took place during World War II as the Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France. Thus, D-Day. Inventor William Palmer passed away on this day in 1996. Who is William Palmer, you say?
Who was William Palmer, I say?
Willie invented the magnetic tape recorder. Before that, music had to be cut right to records. So thus, he was the father of the 8-track and cassette tapes.
Yeah, I guess.
How about that? Willie Palmer. I thought he deserved a little recognition.
Well, sure he
on
does.
This day.
Yeah.
After that, mixtapes.
Do you have any old cassettes laying around that you?
I do, but I don't know if.
Do you have any way to play them?
Yeah, my truck.
Oh, do you have a cassette deck in your truck?
94, yeah. So it's got a cassette deck in there. Want to cruise around? Listen
Sure.
to Def Leppard.
I'm gonna pull out my cassettes. Yes.
As they
Oh,
deteriorate.
the tape hasn't stretched at all. What are you talking about?
2011, after days of denials, I say.
Days.
Representative Anthony Weiner of New York confessed that he had tweeted a lewd photo of himself to
What?
women and admitted to inappropriate exchanges with 6
Not Tony Weiner.
Yeah, Tony Weiner.
Not that guy.
What's he up to these days?
Well,
Anthony Weiner.
not much.
Hey, check this out.
see
Wasn't
what
he
the-
taking? Well, he was,
see
he was
what the-
tweeting the pictures, so he had to use his cell phone to take the pictures, and it wasn't just your typical guy hopping on top
no,
of
it
the
was,
Xerox machine.
no, it was.
So that's your
it was,
2-cent history
yeah,
lesson
hold on.
for today.
Anthony
So if you've got a
Weiner.
if you've got a car from the 80s or 90s with a cassette deck in it, and you want to make sure that it's running so you're able to play those cassettes, you want to see our friends at Murphy's Family Auto.
Well, yeah, you
Was
do.
that not smooth as a baby's
So
bottom, or
smooth.
what? Yes, Murphy's Family Auto. Take care of all your car needs, especially for your summer travel. Since 2011, Murphy's has been specializing in car and truck care and engine repair, transmission work. Wait for the Weiner update. Heating and cooling issues. They're open on Saturdays from 8 to 1. Murphy's Family Auto. Your car knows.
Absolutely.
If you tell them Mike and John sent you, you get a 5% discount.
Sure.
Now, what's up with the Weiner?
He's doing a podcast.
It's called Where's Weiner? Now we know.
So, okay.
That's your 2-cent history.
Yeah,
for
well,
today.
that's,
I think that's done it. We've had the answers.
Yes, we have.
We've had more questions than we need to know.
That's absolutely sure. But
We're gonna go roast our beans.
that's yeah. Is it going to be hot today? I don't.
No, not too bad.
Okay, that's fine.
Mid to upper 70s.
That's fine.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, have a good one.
You've been giggling with Mike and John. Tune in next time and giggle on.